There's 2 big chickens now.
He's gonna be built.
There's no way.
No! Elby, you're running.
Give me that.
Love it, hate it, or love to hate it, Big Sales at Build Mart is certainly the most controversial game in Minecraft Championships. Whether it be the strategies implemented or the mechanics of the game, people love to argue about Build Mart. Although we don't want to touch the former one bit, the latter is an area in which we think we can elaborate more on. Although it may not seem like it, the contestants have developed routine strategies for various objectives, like resource gathering and time efficiency, and we're going to be covering the most effective of them today. So if you like to up your Build Mart game, this is the video for you. But before we get into the strategy, we should touch up on some overall Build Mart mechanics. Being the first to finish a given build will give 140 multiplied coins and will decrease 8 coins for every subsequent team that finishes. These numbers are doubled for golden builds, 280 and 16. Additionally, golden builds have a set spawn rate, consistent throughout events. The first spawning after 1 build has been completed, the second spawning after 5 builds have been completed, and the third after 9 builds have been completed. Builds not completed by the end of the timer will give a small coin reward based on the percentage of the build completed, roughly 1 coin per %. In terms of overarching strategy, there have been 3 proven strategies that have been implemented in MCC, and we'll be going over all of them today. We begin with the floater strategy. This method has 3 people assigned as main builders, with the 4th member being a strict material runner. The main builders will also gather materials, but the floater will focus on any auxiliary materials that the main builders may have forgotten or miscounted. This offers and encourages a greater amount of communication between teammates, requiring it through the request to the floater.
Oh, granite, I've got granite right here.
Yeah, make some polish for her.
On that note, it is important to communicate the priority of your request. Someone needing 1 more flower to finish their build is much more important than helping someone who is just starting their build. Most of the time, the floater will not know the difference unless you clarify, so it's usually important to have a manager, either being the floater or an attentive builder.
Well, I'm about to finish.
Yeah, get birch,
really,
get.
Within this strategy, there are slightly different ways to utilize the floater, specifically in terms of what they should do in the beginning. Some teams have had the floater immediately start helping with difficult starting builds.
I'm getting the birch and I'm getting the flowers.
You're getting
2 orange,
okay.
2 daylily, 2 lily apiece.
But others have elected to send them to gather large quantities of wood or colours, by far the most common materials used in Build Mart. Both options have seen success, but in terms of recent events, riiru has led his past 2 teams to victory with the wood variant of floater strategy, in addition to being a great communicator using the strategy to near perfection. Next, we have the 2-1-1 strategy, which refers to the assignment of builders to each building lot, having an extra person dedicated to helping one of the builds. This is done in hopes of finishing the build faster, thus receiving a higher completion bonus.
I'll get the ores, you get the spruce.
Yeah.
Okay.
In comparison to floater tracks, this strategy is much easier, having to only focus on your specific builds on a broad level. People are known to be more tunnel visioned and fare better with this strategy.
And I'll get the... yeah. Jungle, you get the granite. Okay?
Alright, easy enough.
Additionally, since the duo builders usually finish their build first, they will usually be the ones to work on the first golden build the quickest, because of the spawn rate said previously. There isn't much variation in this strategy. Puns and Curtsy use this strategy in MCC 16 and 14, respectively, to 2 top finishes.
Nice, Harvey, we're fucking cracked.
Finally, the last main strategy in Build Mart is the 5-head strategy. Created by 5UP, this is the first strategy created with Season 2 Build Mart in mind. This strategy seeks to prioritize the advantage of the golden builds. It does this by utilizing a floater and 3 main builders, initially looking like the floater strat, but once the builders' first 3 builds have been completed, they will start to commit to only 2 build lots instead of 3, no one person committed to a specific build lot. This reasoning has a lot to do with the golden build rotation. In previous strategies, it is likely that you have 1, maybe 2 people working on a golden build at a time, but with this model, you can most likely have 3 people able to allocate time to a golden build.
Yeah, we need focus on the left one. Focus on the left one. I got the spruce. I got part of the spruce.
Like the floater strat, this will require a large amount of communication, but additionally, it is a very new strategy. There isn't the biggest sample size out there. The originators of the strat have used it at various times to different levels of success, so it's yet to be seen if this strategy will become a mainstay in the event. With the strategies out of the way, we still have some general advice that, no matter what strategy you pick, can be helpful to keep always in mind. Your chat is usually your best friend. They can remember things and write which blocks you need down, and can make sure you don't accidentally get the wrong block. Chats are very foldable though, especially with the texture pack, so try not to rely on them too much. Still, they are certainly a great resource to double check your work. You can always get a bit more of each resource than you think you need. It is often very frustrating to have to double back after realizing you didn't get enough of an item, and the extra 5 seconds it takes to grab an extra bit of glass is a small price to pay to minimize trips. Chest management has seen a lot of different styles of utilization. Some teams attempt to separate by materials while others allocate chests to certain players. There is little correlation in chest organization and build mode success, so I would not stress too much about it, especially with the new Elytra system. It is very unlikely you die in build mart. Finally, communication between your teammates remains to be the most important aspect of build mart. Simplifying asking around your team can save full minutes of time and lose all the same from lack thereof. Always be listening around or what people are saying and be aware of what you currently have in your inventory.